So yesterday was a little bit tough. Spoke to the nuclear medicine doctor, and it seems like there's a bit of inflammation in my liver, which will limit the number of rounds, or potentially limit the number of rounds of targeted therapy I'll be able to receive. Basically, got to give my liver a break so that because it's not shrinking yet. It's still enlarged, and more treatments will just keep making it larger if it's not able to get a rest. So what it means is that basically may have to switch to a different modality of treatment in the future. Most likely one is called CAPTEM, and it's known to actually do well in shrinking the tumor cells as well as the liver itself. So, it's not the greatest news, but from what I understand, it doesn't impact the prognosis because this is kind of the normal progression of treatment to go from targeted therapy to a type of chemo in the future. So we'll see how it goes. Because of that, I was a little bit down, and my son was sleeping, taking a nap, and for a while I was just like looking at him and talking to him. I do that sometimes, and tell him to be a good boy, listen to his mom, and if I'm not around, I'll always love him and I'll always be there for him in one way or another. And this channel is actually probably one way as well, so he can understand the man that his father was, and and my character and my spirit that can hopefully live on in him. But yeah, it was a tough day, but that was yesterday, and today I'm still choosing joy, because even with all the circumstances and all of the problems that we face in life, I can always lean back on my faith and be happy or joyful in the fact that I've been redeemed through Christ, and that there will be a place in heaven, and where there will be no more pain, no more suffering. So that anchors me on joy and transcends all of my circumstances, and that's why I choose to focus on praise and gratitude. So still fighting hard every day. Thank you very much for all of the comments and words of encouragement. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.